I'd like to add on to what I said. We've only undertaken the Donghai project for the past 2 years. In fact, this might be the most important project to fall in our hands. Everyone in the country will be watching you. But fortunately, Comrade Song Yunhui has done quite well. From the very design and production, no error has been committed at all. Many great ideas were also proposed. We've been shown that localized equipment isn't on par with lowering product standards, although there's still much room for improvement in the future. I can say confidently that the Donghai project is off to a great start. Comrade Song Yunhui hasn't disappointed the leaders at all. Results are seen, but the shortcomings are still obvious. Based on the current production capacity, the annual output of Donghai is 200,000 tons. Again, 200,000 tons. That's still a long way to go from your design goal.
Regarding this issue, our new R&D department is already doing the research. I hope the leaders can give us some time. We will surely deliver results that satisfy all aspects.
Good. I agree. You've earned that. But don't take too long. Finish it by this year, all right? The output of Donghai must be increased.
Count on it. We won't disappoint the leaders.
The ministry entrusts this upon Donghai because we value you. The first phase has been launched successfully. Plans for our second phase must be on the agenda at once. Based on the overall layout of domestic chemical enterprises, the second phase of Donghai will begin by 1993.
Thank you for your care and support towards Donghai, Director General. We'll start to make plans after the meeting and ensure that, on the basis of stable production in the first phase, the preparatory work for the second phase will start at once.
Further detailed arrangements have now been made in the division of labor of Donghai's team. And so, Director General Liu will make the announcement.
Comrade Bao Ping will continue to serve as Donghai Chemical's director and party secretary. Comrade Song Yunhui will be in charge of the daily tasks on technology, equipment, production, and sales, and as executive deputy director.
I'm deeply sorry. Senior leaders, please bear with us here. Donghai is a new unit. We're still trying to settle in. This is a huge undertaking for us, you see. Please bear with us. For any lack of consideration.
Oh, we're not strangers, huh? It's all right. No need to be formal.
Senior leaders, you're quite considerate of us. If everyone's as easygoing as Mr. Cheng, our logistics work will be much easier.
That Xiao Gao, he's really quite thoughtful, right? Even as a factory worker, he's serving retirees like us. Personally, we must remember that man's kindness to us, huh?
Right. Sure.
Secretary Shui, you have a good memory. There are so many people in Donghai, yet you still remember me. I've known you for a long time.
Huh?
I went to Jinzhou plant from Zongyuan plant for learning, and I toasted to you, yes.
Whoa, was that 1981?
1980. Secretary Zhu and I went together.
Ah, right. 1980. It said there are many talents in Donghai. It turns out Director General Zhu has brought this team from Zongyuan plant all the way here, right?
Mr. Gao.
Oh, here. Thanks. Fruits? Senior leaders, please have some. By the way, our lunch is going to be served at the canteen. Donghai started from scratch with limited conditions. We do hope that you'll understand. All right, I'll get back to work, okay?
I'm just next door. If you need anything, just call me.
All right, sure. Well, Mr. Shui,
What?
you have a great reputation. A deputy director like him came personally to greet you.
Because of your son-in-law.
Isn't he also your protege?
Hey, Cheng, where do you plan to stay tonight?
Kaiyan's mom is helping her to move in. Of course I'll stay in my son-in-law's place. I already told him to book your room. It'll be at the hostel tonight, so there's no need to worry. If you're not satisfied, tell him to book a room for you in the city then.
I'm planning to go back after the rain stops.
Shui. What's wrong with you?
Various leaders are going to be staying at the hostel tonight. Just count me out.
Senior leader, I'd like to take this opportunity to report a little bit of my work experience to you.
Let's hear it. Go on then.
Donghai experienced the turmoil of restricted investment and reduced funding. Another setback occurred on overseas suppliers, all caused by the embargo. It's all thanks to the kind concern from our superiors that Donghai could begin with their production quite successfully. Our Donghai team, we will overcome any and all difficulties. We'll also remain united in the next phase of work to complete the task you've given us.
Xiaoma, you've shown such progress. To accomplish this without delay, the party and government must unite.
Yes, absolutely. You often said this to us in the past. I've kept that lesson in mind.
Xiaoma. Well now, tell me your opinion about the division of labor between you and Xiao Song.
Over the past 2 years of working with Comrade Song Yunhui, I have discovered many excellent qualities in him that I can learn from. It goes without saying that he's motivated and ambitious and a fast learner. Certainly, Comrade Xiao Song is still young. He lacks consideration in certain matters. But I think we still have a heavy task ahead because the first phase of production must be ensured. And we must do the preparatory work, all for the second phase. I'll do my best so I can complement Comrade Xiaosong by sharing more of his workload.
Xiaoma, I'm relieved that you would think that way. The next 2 years will be critical as to whether Donghai can become a first-class enterprise in the country. You must do your job well for the next 2 years, understood? You must ensure the steady development of Donghai.
Please rest assured, I'll do my very best to oversee Donghai's rise.
Mentor, why are you leaving?
I'm old now. I can't get used to this. At home, I sleep better.
Are you upset?
Of course not.
In that case, did I mess up again?
Firstly, you shouldn't have invited your father-in-law or me. We're retirees, dear boy, not affiliated factory leaders. I felt uncomfortable to be sitting among in-service leaders. Some leaders will feel uncomfortable too. So it seems the ministry leaders are staying in the hostel of Donghai today. But I'm not going there. I'm going back to Jinzhou.
Mentor,
Save the explanation. You organized this commissioning ceremony today, am I right?
yes. Besides this commissioning ceremony, I've done everything from the design, equipment procurement, installation to debugging.
Are you proud?
I suppose I deserve to be proud, right?
Of course you do. You deserve to be proud. of your work.
Oh, go ahead, please keep talking. What's the second one?
All right. Secondly, camaraderie is important. Don't always think about proving yourself. Especially on this occasion today. It's not good for you that the limelight is focused on you.
I'm not proving myself eagerly here. The parameters of the equipment were debugged by me. If the ministry leaders and guests have questions, I have to answer them.
I know Ma Baoping is a layman. But I am even more of a layman. When the new machinery site of Jinzhou plant was completed, why didn't you get ahead of me and report to the leader? You won't lose all that much by showing respect to others.
I understand. Camaraderie is important.
Your career has gone too smoothly. You haven't suffered much. That'll be dangerous in the future.
I think I've suffered quite a lot.
What are you muttering there?
I mean, I'll get my secretary to buy the ticket for you. Then I'll drive you to the station.
Get going.
Tell me after it's booked.
Yes.
You're the first deputy director now.
Director General?
Go.
Yet you still work in this shabby office. I've looked at all the rooms. They're all better than yours.
Thank you for the concern. It's because of the leader's trust, as well as the cooperation from my comrades that I achieved all of this.
Enough with the formalities. This wasn't your attitude when you challenged me back then.
I'll be frank then. This office is closer to all the vital departments. It facilitates interaction. Moreover, I worked in this office when I first came to Donghai. It's less hassle.
Staying true to your nature and not burdened by material things. Splendid. It's good to stay close to production and the front line.
Please, have a seat.
I have to go back to Beijing tonight.
What for?
It's a family matter.
I'll see you off then.
No need. A multitude of problems await you, all from Donghai.
I'm not a tea expert, so you gotta make do.
No, don't bother. When it's made with water in Donghai, every tea tastes the same. By the way, just so you know, there'll be minor adjustments to my work scope. But I'll still be in the ministry, in charge of the chemical industry. Any question?
Director General Liu, you got promoted? You're the youngest Director General in the entire ministry then, right?
It's the organization's arrangement. Let's just do our work as well as we can from here on out. Recently, I compared the chemical enterprises across the country. Donghai's ranked outside the top 20.
Donghai's a new enterprise. Its volume and scale aren't considered huge. But our technical products have distinctive features. This is considered our forte.
Well, that won't be enough. Production capacity for Donghai must increase, so our output can increase. That's your task this year. So on the current basis, you must increase output by 10 to 15%.
Donghai is a new factory. It's in the break-in period for technical equipment and staff structure. I'm afraid it's hard to achieve such a high output.
If someone else had told me this, I'd accept it. But you yourself were able to revive Donghai and you pulled it off twice now. I'm sure you can overcome this problem and increase the output that we need.
I'm not trying to complain. But the design goes 300,000 tons. And that's based on the fact that the supporting equipment can be partially imported. Now, the goal here is set so high when domestic tools are used. Frankly speaking, I'm not confident.
When you designed the localization solution back then, tell me, were you confident? All right, we're on the same side. I won't beat around the bush here. I already promised that to the higher-ups. The point here, of course, is that you were appointed as the first deputy director just so you'll be able to assume this task.
When the solution was formulated, we conducted long-term planning specifically for Donghai. Our goal was to produce and do research, to make quality products and improve operational efficiency. You only care about the output now. Doesn't this run counter to the original intention?
I have an overall plan. Just listen. I want the first phase of production to reach 300,000 tons within 2 years. In the second phase, Donghai will be among the first tier of chemical enterprises. Certainly achieving this goal requires the technological research you mentioned. But the first step here is to increase output. Domestic enterprises still have weak R&Ds, but ultimately it's all hampered thanks to limited output and reduced scale. You can only accumulate research funds and learn the advanced management experience of foreign companies by increasing the output.
I got it. I'll try my best to achieve the goal of increasing the output.
You have to make it happen. This concerns the future and destiny of Donghai, as well as the career prospects of people like us who have dedicated our efforts to Donghai. Well then, I'll see you.
Thanks, Director General.
Mr. Ma, the Director General left? Do I still keep the room reserved for him?
Don't bother. The man just needs to go back to Beijing. Oh, Gao, the Director General thinks highly of Xiaosong.
In Beijing back then, he just despised and hated Song.
We shouldn't speculate on this. Anyway, by supporting Xiaosong, Donghai will be prioritized. We'll all benefit here. Xiaosong's an inspiration to us all. Emulate him.
I'll go and check the dinner preparations.
Sure. Wait, Gao.
Huh?
Mr. Liu of State Planning Commission will be retiring in 2 years.
2 years?
Listen. Donghai is a new factory. These 2 years are very important to us. The leader's guidance is to ensure a smooth transition.
I understand. Mr. Ma, I'll cooperate with the leader's decision and work diligently for these 2 years.
Back to work then.
I won't lecture you again.
Is this your apology towards me?
I never apologize to people. But I can't help it, if that's what you think.
Rich kid came to see me
What did he want?
to increase Donghai's output. His task for me this year? Increase output by 10 to 15%.
Can you do that?
It's tough, but if an increase in output is the only goal, it can be achieved.
How so? By lowering the technical parameters?
I'll have to put the new R&D department on hold and transfer people to the frontline production.
Rich kid is getting anxious.
What do you mean by that?
What did he tell you?
He said he planned to get Donghai into the first tier by increasing output to boost sales and by improving the R&D so we could start with a new path for chemical enterprises.
He's getting promoted. Did you know?
I know, he told me.
But his father will be retiring in 2 years. Did he tell you that?
How do you know that?
Sure, I may be retired, but I still keep in touch with many old friends. Where personnel changes are concerned, I have to worry for you.
Thanks, Mentor.
What? Is that all? Think about the request that rich kid made today. Don't you think that I have the foresight on this? You reveled in the limelight. Look at you now. You face pressure from the directors. What now? Can you complete this production task if your team doesn't cooperate with you? I told you about camaraderie, but you just didn't listen. Damn it, there I go, nagging like an old codger.
No, it's fine.
If you hadn't demanded to leave Jinzhou back then, I wouldn't have let you go.
You can teach me now to improve my situation.
How did you reply to him?
I agreed.
Of course. Thanks to him, Donghai has complete localization. You're both in the same boat now. Unfortunately, you have no choice but to agree. I can't say that I envy you.
Mentor, what should I take note of next?
Xiaolei, you have good technical skills and drive. If you ask me, it's good that you regard the standpoint of enterprise development, but you're a deputy director after all. You report to the factory director. If there's discord in the team, the factory won't do well.
I definitely agree with that.
In order for you to be a qualified leading cadre, obviously you have to make more friends and avoid making enemies. You did steal the limelight at the ceremony today. That'll incur jealousy and cause unnecessary trouble in your work ahead, you know.
I've come to accept that. The upcoming task is heavy indeed. But I gotta build camaraderie with my team.
Since you're entrusted with this heavy burden, you should focus on your own work. The others will work hard within the scope of authority. No matter how complex the factory is, it's going to depend on people to build it bit by bit. You can work well if you manage well and get along with your coworkers.
Are you all right?
Where do I put the television?
Hold on. Here, right here.
Okay.
Where do I put the washing machine?
Here, over here, right here.
Where do I put these 2 bundles of books?
Here. Just put them on the bed.
Where do I put the fridge?
Right here, the kitchen's here. Go in from here.
Here, Jim.
Oh, Mr. Chung!
Take the cigarettes. Smoke them
It's
on the
okay
road.
to be Mr.
It's a long
Chung.
journey to Jinzhou. Drive safely
so
now.
much.
Don't forget your
Okay.
seatbelt. Be careful out
All
there.
right.
You painted your nails again. How are you supposed to work? Come here.
What's wrong with me having painted nails? Be glad I didn't color my hair.
Let's try this again. So pay attention.
Right?
You'll be doing this on your own soon.
Why not let her do it now?
I'm still trying to learn here, you know?
You've been learning to make fish head and tofu soup for months. You should have mastered it by now. Prepare the whole dish on your own today. Go on.
Hey, it's stuck on my neck.
Here. You can make the soup even if the fish head isn't chopped off. Forget that. Onions and ginger. You can cut tofu, right? Huh? Look.
Honey, let her cut it. I still need your help to sort out all the laundry. Come on
Do
now.
you even need her to help you?
Let's go.
When you stand behind her, she thinks she can rely on you. You're always worried about her. In the end, you're the one cooking and she's the one watching. Can't you treat your daughter better?
Can't you treat your daughter better? I can't help her for much longer. I'll be leaving in 2 days. She'll have to do things herself.
I forced her to do it herself for her own good. She's now the wife of the director of Donghai. At the rate that girl's going, she'll be a bimbo. She can't even cook a damn basic dish. Goodness, the people are gonna laugh at her. Compare her to Shui's wife, and to yourself for a second here. Both of you are constantly juggling between your work and your family. I'm not kidding, it took you years to be valued by the factory staff.
What's the point of being valued? All that matters here is to serve you well. I just think Xiao Song is good to that girl. Look, it's an imported hairdryer. Every time he goes abroad, he buys gifts for his kid.
Obviously, you got won over by a damned hairdryer. He might have been good in the past, but what of his future?
What do you mean by that? Is Xiaolei seeing another woman? What did you see when you went to his factory?
Who's there?
Mom? We're out of rice wine.
How could that be? I just bought some this afternoon. I just don't believe this. Move it, move it.
I just wanted to open the bottle using the back of the knife like Mom does. But then it broke.
Well, it doesn't matter if we don't have rice wine. You can still cook the
No,
fish.
that won't do. The fish will have a pungent stench. I'll buy the wine.
It's getting dark. I'll buy it for you.
You don't know where to buy it.
Kaiyan,
Huh?
come here, dear. You clean up the mess here. We'll be back shortly, all right? Huh?
Kaiyan, cook the fish head first. Don't forget to add onions and ginger. Add
Okay.
the tofu 10 minutes later. Understood? Mm-hmm. We'll be back soon.
Hurry, clean up the mess.
What a handful. If we leave her here alone, how is she gonna live?
She'll have to grow up eventually.
You don't suppose she heard the things I just said?
What things? Oh, you mean what you said about Song Yunhui seeing another woman, right? I don't think so. Your daughter's naive. If she heard you, she couldn't have remained calm, right? Well, you shouldn't talk about such nonsense at home in the future.
I just knew it. Xiaohui doesn't seem like such a person. He did invite you to their commission ceremony. Even Shui isn't as honored as you. When he gets home later, tell him all about Shanli's matter, all right?
We can't tell him that.
What are you saying? We already agreed on it, didn't we?
We need to wait for the right time to get Song Yunhui's help. And it's not the time.
But why isn't it the right time? Hey, like you said at home, Xiaosong is a loyal person. We take care of his kid and parents. He won't help us in vain. Why did you change your mind?
It's not that I've changed my mind. The situation is different. Song Yunhui's career is advancing fast. I only realized it after I got here. He calls the shots in the entire Donghai factory. He's almost like Shui when Shui's career was at its peak. I wonder how he managed to become the deputy director.
Wait, but isn't that good? Wouldn't it be easier to transfer Shanli right here and assign him a post?
Do you know that I'd wanted to dine with the ministry leaders? When Shui left, he removed my seat.
No wonder you had a long face when you got home.
I'm not jealous of Shui. It's just that I've seen through Song Yunhui. His reputation matters much more to him than everyone in our family. Before Shui left, he warned Song Yunhui. Shui said people would gossip because he's invited retirees like us there.
What should we do then? Yuansheng is waiting for our news. And you know your son's temper. If he keeps working in that new Jinju plant, he's bound to get sick.
Tell your son to wait a bit longer. I'll talk to him when I see him.
So we won't make the request to Song Yunhui? He is still our son-in-law. Although, can't he help his in-laws?
We'll still ask him to help us. But we must make him do so willingly. We can't ask him for another favor.
Chipped.
Kitty? What's wrong? Huh? What's wrong? Were you crying?
No.
What's wrong with you then? Huh? Where are your parents?
They've gone out to buy rice wine.
What happened?
Nothing happened.
Who bullied you?
me. Oh no, the soup! The stove turned off.
Let me do it.
No, stay right there. You've been busy all day long. From now on, I won't let you do chores at home. I'll do it. Here, you be the first one to taste it.
It smells good.
That's right.
My little kitty's getting more capable now.
Take your time, it's hot, okay?
What happened to your nails?
I don't know. They're ugly. Just stop looking at them.
They chipped when you cooked the soup, right?
Mm-hmm. Just try it. How is it?
It's really hot and delicious.
Really? Let me try it.
You made it for me. I can't let you have
Hey,
some.
let me have a sip. Don't be selfish.
Don't worry.
Let me try. Come on. Let me try some.
Well, don't fight with
spill
me
it.
then. Oh, hello.
Why are you back so early today?
Director General Zhou had to leave early.
Wait, you didn't send him to the hostel then?
I did. Ma and I helped him. I dropped him off at the hostel.
Oh. Hey, honey. You and Kaiyan prepare the dinner now, all right?
Come here.
Let him turn in early. He's got work tomorrow.
All right, just give us a minute,
Okay.
dear. Come.
Dad, I'm sorry for today. You were supposed to attend the dinner. But Mentor kicked up a fuss.
Come on. Shui just left, and I know none of them. It'd be boring if I went there.
Thank you for the past few days. You helped us move in and even tidied up the place. Actually, my parents could have done this instead.
Oh, please. We're a family, remember? Your parents aren't as healthy as us. Besides, Kaiyan has so many things. So we know which of her things to bring and which items to throw out. I mean, we wouldn't want your parents to feel bad and end up bringing all the things here.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Listen, Xiaolei. How did Shui criticize you today?
He said I'd stolen the limelight and might invite criticism, which won't be good for my work.
Shui's absurd. You invited him out of kindness. He didn't appreciate it and even said that.
I'm sure he meant well. I've also reflected on myself today. Some of my actions were quite inappropriate.
Well, I don't think so. There are so many enterprises commencing work in the system. Which one of them would openly invite retired leaders? Of course, some people would gossip about it. But there would also be people there who found you loyal and kind, even a worthy friend. I bet that Shui said that you're a deputy director and should pay attention to camaraderie. That being said, but you also must learn from my lesson, dear boy. I worked in a machinery site all my life, and I've given up the limelight to Shui. Now that I'm retired, I can't help you, even if I wanted to.
Dad, don't say that. Everyone can see your achievements in Jinzhou plant. You've also been helping me there.
You're my son-in-law. Of course I should help you. Besides, I'm old now. I'll have to depend on you in the future, right?
Dad, we're a family. If you do need my help, just tell me.
It's okay. Everything's fine at home. We'll all be happy here for as long as you continue on doing your work very well and lead a good life with Kaiyan.
By the way, shall I take you and Mom over to the beach tomorrow?
Don't bother. We're going home tomorrow.
Huh?
No, we're good. Kaiyan is around.
Why are you leaving so soon? You can stay a bit longer.
Xiaoyan is staying at her uncle's place. She might be close with her uncle and aunt. However, I really miss her. Besides, I was the one who brought her up.
Dad, why don't we just let Xiaoyan move in with us? This house is big enough.
But this place is the countryside. The kindergarten isn't built yet. Where's Xiaoyan going to study? She's been learning how to dance. So who will teach her while she's here?
I'm afraid of troubling the two of you. Besides, my parents also come here to take care of Xiaoyan.
You don't worry about your parents, but you still worry about your in-laws. Oh, am I right? It's better to bring them here after the dormitories for the staff families is all done. Well, unless you think your mom and I can't take care of Xiaoyan.
Oh, will you stop? Come on, Xiaoyan's closer to you. Closer than even me.
Well, I'm old now. That little kid brightens my day. And when I see Xiaoyan now, it makes me happier compared to you. No matter how unhappy I am, whenever I'm out of the house, my mood improves as soon as I spend time with that little angel.
There, you see? Brother said you're biased, but you always deny it, so then you admit it.
All right, dear.
Kaiyan, help me over here, would you? Hurry up now.
Go.
Come on.
Move it.
Coming, Mom.
Anyway, has Brother's work been going smoothly?
He's doing fine, don't worry.
Oh. At the dinner tonight, I chatted briefly with Min Zhongshan. He talked about Brother and said Brother had been facing problems at work. Is that true?
He should be doing fine there. I mean, you do know the way your brother is, right? Like me, he's a workaholic and never complains. Yet Xiaomin said that... Could your brother have offended Ming Zhongzhen in some way because he's outspoken? I'll ask him about the details later, all right?
Sure.
Dinner's ready.
Oh, wonderful. Let's see.
Come on.
This way. Congratulations. Here, Xiaohui, join
Right,
us,
thank
don't be
you.
shy.